let's go ahead and hop right into it. So the first thing that's coming to mind is in regards to Jaden Ivey. It's an old topic, but the conversation still stands, and it's important for people to really understand exactly what's going on and really be mindful of individuals in their decision making, especially depending on who they are, what they represent, and who they're speaking to. So we see here with Jaden Ivey, basketball player, played for the Pistons, right?
Yeah, I think.
All right, yeah. Oh, there we go. Yes, that's absolutely right. He came out during some festival or something that the NBA was doing, condoning pride and the LGBTQ, and he spoke out against. He didn't just speak out against the events or whatever it is that they were doing. He was speaking out against the NBA as a whole.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, where's the line between an athlete using their platform and an athlete becoming a problem for the brand? And does that line even exist, or is it all just the money?
Ooh. Right now, to me, for sure, money's the number one thing, because the money controls pretty much everything. And, just like a lady like years ago, she told LeBron, shut up and dribble. So, and their mind is like, yo, we pay you to do what we tell you to do. So if you have an opinion or whatever, keep that to yourself. Just do what we tell you. We'll handle it. We got PR. You just do what you do, what we pay you to do, and that's just to ball.
Interesting. So then how do we feel about the individuals, let's say like the regular citizens, the ball is life individuals that watch the NBA, do all the analytics and stuff like that, and seeing his actions and all the things that he's been saying, and been calling him crazy and an extremist, and saying he got mental issues. Are you on that same page with everybody else, with all these other individuals? He got issues.
Listen, I can't say he has issues. The reason why, because I look at it as like he's just reading and reciting and going really hard with his faith in the Bible. It's not something that he made up. It would okay if he just made up his own complete universe. He made up his own characters and saying this is life. No, he's just reading verbatim from the Bible.
Right.
We like on 316, they talk about that all the time. Jesus forgives this. You see that on billboards and everything. He just repping the flag as hard as possible. And it's like, what's wrong with that? Now, it might make people uncomfortable, but he's just doing what the Bible is saying. That's all.
So do you think... So pretty much the mindset is that individuals like Jaden Ivey, that's come to the word, that's seeing, finding truth in the word and expressing that online. I guess in that case, that's just a matter of him stating his opinion online and him getting canceled. Do you think if this was 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, and he did this, you think he would get the same type of flack?
Yes, because one, you got to remember Kaepernick kneeled around like 10, 15 years ago.
Damn, it was that long already?
Yeah, they won that Super Bowl. The Ravens won that Super Bowl super long ago. So you got to remember, and that was just him kneeling because, he didn't feel right about what the social justice system was going on, against the African Americans. So, and you got to remember, he didn't kneel on some Army vet told him, hey, to not disrespect us, just take a kneel. An Army vet told him what to do, and then he's getting the flack. Not the Army guy.
Yeah.
Kaepernick. Now, you got to remember, now speaking of 15 years ago, Mark Jackson, Stephen Curry's ex-coach, the Golden State Warriors ex-coach, you got to remember, Stephen Curry's a hard-body Christian.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't wave the flag as high, but he lives that lifestyle. Like, I don't party, drink, none of that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson, they said that he used to play for the Knicks. Shouts out to the Knicks. They're in the finals right now. But Mark Jackson, they said like during practices or after practices, he'll pray, he'll bring the Bible, he'll pray, all that stuff, worship. But I guess that rubbed people the wrong way, and look, he's out of the NBA, blackballed. So it's like, really, we love God, John 3:16, crosses everywhere, but when people are waving the God flag or the Christ or the Bible, you're doing too much, goodbye. It's like,
when it really comes down to it, when it really comes down to the faith, it really determines who's really true about the faith. And I think, it's not I think, I know that a lot of people tend to get that really confused. They think that being Christian or following the faith, following the word is just, honestly, they don't even follow the word. They just got the title. I grew up in the church. I go to church probably just on Sundays. I try to be kind to people because that's what I remember when I was younger. A lot of stuff is what they remember when they were younger, but it's not anything that they're actually actively learning right now. And I feel like that brings up that kind of mindset that, okay, I can go to church, things are happening here and there, and I don't have to. Now, granted, in some cases, you don't have to say anything. Jaden Ivey felt compelled to say something in regards to what was happening with the NBA and the LGBTQ. Even Steph Curry, this may actually not be true, but I just seen something recently, and this is alleged because this may not be true, but it could have possibly happened, where Steph Curry actually said that LGBTQ books shouldn't be taught to kids, or they shouldn't be read to kids.
He probably did say that. I wouldn't put that past him because, like I said, he waves the Christian flag, not as high as Jaden Ivey, but he waves it.
But it's up there, yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen that. It probably is out there. I probably got to go do some research. I don't want to come up here and say, well, it's true. And then
that's alleged. For anybody that want to go ahead and clip that, I mean, just know I said alleged. It came up, but this is the type of stuff that happens. Like, and the thing is, you even see people that may not even be Christian that say that these books shouldn't be in the schools. But that's not, that's not the main topic. The topic is in regards to being blackballed. So another person that was blackballed that you brought to my attention was Craig Hodges and the Bulls. He won some championship. He got some rings and stuff like that. And he apparently did something that immediately right after got him like off. They said, bro, take this guy off of this league. We don't need him here. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't even in regards to like anything Christianity-wise. He was actually defending the culture, and he was actually Muslim. I believe, he was Muslim. He went up to the White House in his dashiki, in his all-white dashiki, and then he wrote a note to the president asking, just trying to help uplift the black people and, just asking for a favor. Yeah. And that apparently was a no-no. Yeah. So, interestingly enough, we got a video in regards to that. Let's just bring up the section in which he speaks out about that situation. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's do this.
So, when we look at this, and not to ramble, but once again, like I said, y'all invited me. I thank y'all. And to be able to get this out off of my chest. You feel me? Because the consequences, people say, man, what? Man, that jump shot at the White House, that cost me $50 million. $50 million. At least. We ain't even talking about investment capital. If I get $1 million and I buy $1 million in gold. But it ain't John Carlos, one of my heroes, had a chance to talk to him and to know what he went through. Wife, so despondent, commit suicide after 1968. And this brother ran his best, ran for the country, but stood for his people too. And see, and then it becomes a thing, are we Americans? Are we Americans? Should I get backlash for being able to tell what y'all taught me? Y'all say, go to school, read, learn, write. I go to school, read, interpret what I read in a certain manner, go out and live my life in that manner that I read and that y'all said was cool because I'm free. But then it becomes a problem because now when I say and write a letter to the president at 32 years of age, I can't get an agent to represent me in a union that is supposed to represent us. Charlie Grantham, who's the head of the union at the time when I go to the White House, he tells me, Craig, we have to find an agent that a team owes a favor so they'll know that you're not a bad guy. And I quote, I'll never forget that. And I'm like, Charlie, what'd I do wrong? I won 2 world championships. I got 3 consecutive three titles right now in my pocket, and I can't get a job? What did I do? I've never been fined since I've been in the league. I never missed a bus. I was player rep as a rookie. That's unheard of. I've been player rep for every team I played for. Where is the badness in that? Once again, those who control the narrative, so the narrative of me going to the White House in this manner, me having the audacity to write the president a letter, which until probably 5 or 6 years ago, nobody asked me what was in the letter. Nobody, yo, man, what did you write? Then I look at Colin Kaepernick, the position that he took. The union made concessions for him to get a workout at least. If they'd have told me to come work out, I'd have wouldn't worked out anywhere, stuff. You feel me, bro? Mm-hmm. Anyway.
All right. So, interesting thing as I'm listening to that again, after I done listened to it for like 4 times, and now the question now comes to mind based off of how much time has progressed and how, what's the term I want to use? I guess more inclusive we are, that's the best term that I could use, in some areas. Is that all still fake to you? So pretty much, let's say if he was to go and do the same thing, I think he can go today. I feel like he can go do the same thing and it wouldn't be a problem. That specifically, you're going in your dashiki, you know, your wardrobe that's of your culture, that's of your religion, whatever it may be, and write a letter to the president. I think you can do that today. What do you think?
Okay, listen, I'm gonna get a cup for you to pee in, okay? Because we gotta check if you're on drugs. You need to get drug tested. I hope whatever job you have needs to drug test you. This nigga said, "Oh, we can do that now at Trump's house." You just said a Muslim guy can go to.
Well, I mean, okay.
Do you see what's going on?
All right, okay.
The temperature of this world, you just said an African-American Muslim is going to come there. But you know what it is? Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying. It possibly can happen because Trump sometimes just don't give a F.
Right.
Sometimes you just say, all right, yo, you Muslim, whatever. Come on. Whatever backlash is about to come our way, we going to handle it together. So... Okay. I'm playing a little devil's advocate because sometimes you don't know what Trump we're gonna get.
You're absolutely right.
So I don't know Trump. So Trump, I don't know.
But his administration, okay. So you actually did bring a great point that I didn't even think about. Trump, I'm like thinking Trump. If it was the other administration, okay, cool. But like with Trump's current administration, like you said, the climate, everybody in the office, probably besides Trump, would have been looking crazy. You are absolutely right, and that was an undersight on my part.
Yeah. And you know Trump, he be like, "This is my guy. He's Muslim. He's black." I love he's Muslim and black. This the dashiki is a dashiki. I think there's a girl named Dashiki. This is a very good material. I love it. I love him. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. Let him shoot it because he's a professional shooter. I love shooters. You know what I mean? He'd probably said something like that. You feel me? So it's Trump. So
interesting. So with that being said, on the flip side, Jaden Ivey back then, if he was to say the same things in regards to the LGBTQ and like anything, because that wasn't even a thing back then.
You said it. I was going to say it wasn't a thing back then. So he would have been a little. You know what? How about this?
Mm-hmm.
Buji Bantan on his song "Boom Bye Bye," he said, "Boom Bye Bye, been the Banty boy dead." I would hear the song. I listen to reggae music. You know, I be around the Jamaicans, the pasa pasa. That's why I call it the pasa pasa music, but it's called reggae. But
yeah,
I didn't really understand it. I thought it was just an intro. But he's talking about killing homosexuals, and he's getting that from the Bible.
Which is intense because
wait, and then you got to remember he didn't get blackballed. He got blackballed a little bit because he was coming up. You know who got blackballed? Shabba Ranks, because he agreed with it on TV. I think it was in like New England, not New England. It was in London or something like that. So he agreed with the lyrics, like, "Hey, but this is what the Bible says," and then he got blackballed. So can Jaden Ivey got in trouble? He probably not got in trouble because he didn't say kill homosexuals,
right?
But can he been in a little hot water? Possibly. Not as hot water as he in now, but if it was back then, he'll be in like a little room.
Probably would have sat out for a couple of games,
something
but not
like that.
But not being let go.
And too, Jaden Ivey, he was all right, bro. Like on top of that, he was hurt, so it's one of those, because there's an NFL player right now. He was like undrafted. Now he's talking about, oh, the Illuminati runs this, oh, conspiracy this, conspiracy that. I'm like, dude, yeah, you got a check. You probably made $3 million. Now you want to waive because you're not in the NFL. Illuminati. Now you're using your platform to do what? To be a whistleblower, or you're making shit up to get attention. Like, what type of time you on right now?
Yeah, at that point is exactly like you said. What time you on? What you really doing with your platforms at this point? That's interesting. So, in regards to, as we can see that this is happening both with two black men, different time periods, two black men nonetheless, different reasonings for speaking out, but speaking out for what they believe in. Craig Hodges believing in the black community and trying to lift them up. Jaden Ivey believing in his faith and trying to express that to the people and letting them know, like, hey, this is not okay, type thing. So with that being said, do you think the black man in America gets punished harder for speaking his convictions than anybody else in that locker room?
I think I don't want to say just black men in general, because there's a reason why. All right, right now, I think it's Jackson or Jason Dart. He went to introduce Trump at like one of Trump's rallies. He's in hot water, and mind you, he's a
everybody getting hot water.
Yeah. And this is not even religion. This is just introducing our president at a rally. So now people are looking at him like, oh, you're a Trump supporter, so pretty much you're a KKK member.
That's all it takes.
So I'm looking like, ooh, so he's in hot water. But, you know, funny thing that I'd like to bring up. So since he did that, right, the PR for the Giants, what they do, they bring Odell Beckham back. I said, what a great PR move.
Wow.
I swear to God.
I didn't even know that.
Odell hasn't played in probably 3 years.
Bro,
he hasn't played healthy in like 3 years because he won an LA trip with me. I'm an LA Rams fan. So he hasn't really played healthy for like 4 years. He played with the Ravens. He's been home for 2 years, but magically bring him back. I'm like, this is PR. This is PR. I know politics. This is PR. This is to calm everybody down. Like, listen, we suck as a team. Listen, our quarterback probably did some weird. But here's Odell Beckham. Here's a gift. Forgive us now. Forgive him. Forgive us. Don't worry about it. We have our old friend and we got some new people here. We're going to go far. Man, actually, if people heard about anybody care about that dart anymore. Swept under the rug. So, like I said, is it harder when black people do something? Yeah, they push it harder. They push it much harder, bro. And I guess it sucks. It sucks because, like I said, when African Americans do something, man, they put it on the regular news and all over ESPN. It's all over everywhere. That whole the dart situation, I don't even think it lasted a day on ESPN.
Yep.
It was probably talked about for like 8 seconds, but if it was a black person, like the Jaylen Brown situation, when he was just talking about this is my best year, I believe, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but it's real quick. The reason why I say why he said it's his best year, it's not because his dude was hurt. Because one, his team wasn't expected to go nowhere. I thought there was going to be like the 6th seed, anywhere playing around that area. So now his homeboy got injured. They traded a whole bunch of people. I didn't believe they were going to go anywhere. For him to be the top 4 in the East, that's his best year because no one believed him. The coaching staff probably didn't believe him. The owners didn't believe to keep this team together. And for him to carry the team on the back and actually go somewhere, he might have got bounced out, but nigga, go strip your championship team and see how far you could go. So that's why I believe he said this is his best year. Because of that, he went against the odds. Like his teacher said, you're not going to be nothing in life. He's an NBA player that made over $200 million, and he has a championship to go with it. He should have won MVP this year, but you got to have a great record. But I digress. I talk too much about sports. Got very passionate. But it goes back to what I was saying. When you are a nigga, it gets amplified a little bit more. They put you more in the light to try to knock you down.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I can definitely attest to that. As much flack as I give the African American, that part is true. I will definitely give them that 1,000%.